In today's brand new documentary about Mackenzie Shirilla, we are going to discuss new information, new evidence, new ideas, new theories, and we're going to find out the truth. Is she really a cold-blooded monster raised by demons or something else? Did she actually threaten to do it or not? Did she have the audacity to scout out the route just a day prior? We're going to discuss all these topics and so much more. Now, without further ado, let's see what I have to say for myself this time. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crime Circus. My name is Drip Drop, and I'll be your host as always. This is a really important investigative episode, super special presentation that you don't want to skip or miss a single second of. We're going to discuss a bunch of different news clips, news stories, videos. I'm going to show you photos. There's going to be a lot of interesting things for your mind to consume and for your eyeballs to see. And your ears are going to hear some things too. Yeah. So, let's start with this slipper. This is an actual crime scene photograph. This is a big, fluffy, oversized Prada slipper stuck on the gas pedal after the accident. As you can see, I'm going to direct your attention to the bottom of the slipper. You can see this is wedged between the floor mat and the gas pedal is still stuck, even without a human foot in it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that raises some alarms. Notice the broken plastic in and around the slipper. Keep in mind a slipper weighs just a few ounces. A slipper isn't exactly a kettlebell. When a car crashes into a brick wall at 100 miles per hour, a slipper would go flying. It wouldn't stay in place unless it was already stuck in place.
The trouble is, in Toyota vehicles like this 2009 Tacoma pickup truck, the gas pedal can get tangled up in the floor mat, causing the vehicle to speed up. Even if the driver pumps the brakes, it's not enough to stop. 5 deaths have been blamed on this unintended acceleration, and the recall was prompted by a crash outside San Diego last summer that killed 4 family members.
Our accelerator's stuck. Our accelerator's stuck.
This is exculpatory. Yeah. It really is, and you know that's true. I know a lot of viewers have unfortunately been brainwashed by other programs with other presentations filled with lies, misinformation, disinformation, and a whole bunch of Here at Crime Circus, you'll always get the truth because I don't lie. I like to tell the truth because I have integrity, and integrity is important. Sometimes I feel like I'm the last of a dying breed, because I don't run into too many people with much integrity, nor honesty, or anything good. Bunch of bad quality traits. Anyways, let's see what else I have to present to you. Some people are in shock and awe and disgust that she would have the audacity to dress up as a corpse after allegedly killing 2 people. How would you feel if you knew that was no corpse at all? She was dressed up as a celebrity, Playboi Carti. Let's look at these photographs and think about this and discuss it. You see, Playboi Carti was actually one of her boyfriend's favorite singers. This was a tribute and a memorial in his honor. So she dressed up as his favorite singer. That's not a corpse. There's more bombs coming, ladies and gentlemen, because here we focus on truth. Also, that was for a concert she went to that she was convinced to go to by her boyfriend's family and her own family, because she was grieving and crying in her bedroom and refused to leave other than going to his gravesite. And she went with one of her boyfriend's family members. True story. So they convince her to go, and then she's the bad person. We've all heard about the bracelet. When she was being arrested and handcuffs were being put on and they were trying to rough her up, we heard about the bracelet. She was worried about it. They want us to believe that was not showing remorse. She's more concerned about her bracelet than dead people.
Please.
Could you please be careful taking this one off so it doesn't break the bracelet, please?
You got it. You got it.
Do you want my
No.
Thank you.
You got it. Okay, just keep your hands right here.
Well, guess what? Those bracelets were a gift from Dom. Yeah, they were. They were very sentimental. She worshipped him. She was even wearing a t-shirt dedicated to him while she was arrested. That's what her shirt's in reference to, is to him, and the bracelets were too. And that's also why she was crying in the back of the police car. Not because she was sad she got caught. She was crying as she had been doing for months. Months and months. And that's how long it took to actually arrest her for this witch hunt. And the reason it took months to arrest her is because there was no actual evidence. An out-of-control law enforcement officer was determined to do some really dirty things in this case. All of the witnesses, her friends, her boyfriend's friends, everybody agreed they were good, that she had never ever threatened to do it. There's no audio recordings, no text messages, no emails, not even any hearsay between any of the friends. Nothing. I have the interviews. I've released them on my channels. There's a couple playlists I've created because all of the interviews are exculpatory. There's no threats regarding to any violence or crashing any car, point blank, period. That's a simple, pure, organic fact that cannot be disputed. You may have been lied to by another network or another program or another YouTuber, but you won't be lied to here. The threat does not exist. Do you see what we're doing here? We're analyzing each and every false accusation, one by one, with the truth. The truth cannot be disputed. Anyways. Let's watch some news clips because I have uncovered this happening to hundreds, maybe even thousands of other people. Runaway vehicles, stuck accelerators, people panicking and calling 911 because they don't know what to do. Because it's scary when you're driving and your car just keeps going faster and faster and you can't stop it. I found endless videos, hundreds of videos, but I won't bore you or play them all to waste too much of your time because I know your time is valuable. We're going to try to stick to the meat and potatoes of what we're getting at here. This is all important information. Check out this first one.
We have video of a frightening crash in Garfield, New Jersey. Watch here as a speeding car drives on a sidewalk under a train trestle and then crashes into a light post and traffic lights. This happened Monday afternoon on Passaic Street. One person walking by narrowly missed being hit, and then the car crashed into two other vehicles. You can see debris just flying on the street. Police say the 88-year-old driver suffered a medical emergency and has a minor leg injury. No one else was hurt. Police say the 88-year-old driver suffered a medical emergency and
How do you feel about that? That was a medical emergency for a senior citizen. Because oftentimes what happens when someone becomes unconscious, their body locks up stiff as a board and their foot floors the gas pedal. And that's exactly what happened to the senior citizen. And she was also in a Toyota manufactured car. Listen to the title of this video. Honda throttle malfunction leads to chase. Daring save of teen driver in MN. And the thumbnail says 100 plus mile per hour chase. So let's play a little bit of this news article, see how we feel about it. And then I'm actually going to play some body cam footage of this actual incident.
Frantic moments caught on a dash camera near Fargo show the unforgettable minutes as a teenager's vehicle malfunctions and begins to accelerate out of control.
At one point, that car topped out at 113 miles per hour, but then a quick-thinking state trooper saved the day.
This is going to sound absolutely crazy, but so we've been having problems with my car. We took it to the shop because we had an incident where the accelerator stuck and it wouldn't stop going over 100 miles an hour.
Dutcher says the car's accelerator malfunctioned, speeding up despite all attempts to slow it down.
So he's trying to either turn off the car or hit the e-brake or the brake, and it's not going.
People do not do these things intentionally. It's accidental, unintentional, machines malfunctioning, and medical emergencies happening. Each news story is slightly different, and they have different causes, but the end result is similar. A vehicle speeding up out of the driver's control. Just imagine that happening to you, your child, or your grandchild. one of your loved ones, I bet you wouldn't be so quick to blame them, would you? You'd say, wow, that's terrifying and scary and accidents really do happen. And that's exactly what happened to Mackenzie Shirilla. It was out of her control. Whether it was a medical issue or a machine malfunction, there's zero evidence of intent. I've been studying the case file for over a year. I've listened to the interviews. I've read the detective notes. I've tried to find some way to say she's a monster. But I can't, because there isn't one. Not guilty. But there must be something, Drip Drop. There's gotta be something. The jury found her guilty. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen. There was no jury. There was no jury. It was a bench trial, which means it was just a judge. And the judge had the exact same last name as the person that hated her most. One of the alleged victim's mothers.
Case goes back to Judge Nancy Margaret Russo. Judge Russo's.
What?
Moving right along, let's read some more headlines. Let's play some more video clips, and we'll see how we feel about this. Woman's car speeds out of control at 110 miles per hour on highway after gas pedal stuck. Okay, let's play this video and see what they have to say about that.
High-speed car chase caught on tape. Her gas pedal stuck. The driver zoomed through a crowded interstate, begging 911 for help. That call saved her life. And
the woman behind the wheel of that runaway SUV says she first noticed something was wrong when her steering wheel started to shake. The SUV soon sped up out of control. Now, her first thought was to call her husband, but when neither could figure out how to get the car to slow down, she made a desperate call to 911.
All right, I know you're scared. Just calm down. Have you put your car in neutral?
I can't get it to move.
Are you able to hit your brakes at all?
We've tried everything.
Driver going 100 miles per hour calls 911 after gas pedal gets stuck. Do you see a trend here? It happens a lot to a lot of people in a lot of vehicles. But one of the most important videos that needs to be seen is right here. This was posted 14 years ago on the official Toyota YouTube page. Stopping procedure for sticking accelerator pedal. And Mackenzie was driving a Toyota. And for Toyota to have to make a YouTube video showing how to stop the vehicle if this happens, and basically when it happens, because everybody is apparently driving ticking time bombs, it's scary. Super scary. Nobody deserves to have to be inside of a vehicle with a stuck accelerator. Nobody.
Your Toyota may experience a sticky accelerator pedal. You should pay attention to the operation of your accelerator pedal. If the accelerator is harder to depress than normal or slower to return, it may be a precursor to a stuck pedal.
For Toyota to put this video on their own channel shows this is a huge problem. And they've actually had to pay out billions and billions and billions of dollars because they keep getting sued for it. And you know they can afford the best lawyers in the world. And if there was some way they could get out of paying these lawsuits, they would. But they keep paying up because they have to. Because they're actually guilty of what they're accused of. Selling vehicles where the pedal gets stuck. In fact, the pedal often gets stuck because of the floor mat. And then they said they fixed it, but if you do a simple Google search, a whole bunch of people on forums are still having the issue even with the newer vehicles. Also, according to my research, her exact model had an issue with slow acceleration and non-responsive gas pedal, so drivers reportedly have to slam the gas pedal down for it to even go.
Oh my god.
And when you slam a gas pedal down, that's when it can get stuck between the floor mat. What? It's true. It's not just me making this up. This is research, documented research. There's people out there right now that have this issue, and they're talking about it on the internet. A lot of people have almost lost their lives because of this.
This is my 2008 Toyota Sienna. Just got home from my my accelerator sticking under my floor mat, reaching somewhere just over 100 miles an hour until I had to shut off the vehicle and lose power steering and brakes. As you can see, it's still in the mat, the tab, but somewhere along the line just came out of a hole. Both of them have happened this way, and I'm not sure why yet, but we're going to have to find that out. You can see what happens. There's my gas pedal. I was passing a car, put the pedal down to the floor like it is now, took my foot off, and it's still stuck on the floor. And there it pops up. In my case, it did not pop up until I pulled the mat. Actually pulled the mat out. Stuck under, still stuck under. I had to reach under and pull the mat and it comes up. Thank you. Just want to let you know what happens on these Toyotas. Make sure you see your dealer. File a complaint.
Some big news agencies have even previously done stories on this situation.
Toyota has a problem. The cause of those so-called runaway Toyotas, cars taking off on their own up to 100 miles an hour, was still under active investigation and not resolved as Toyota had suggested. Until today, Toyota had solely blamed the wrong size floor mats hitting the gas pedal or driver error, with an estimated 16 deaths connected to the problem through lawsuits and police reports. A number of Toyota owners have been coming forward to claim there's much more to it than floor mats. Toyota claims Izal mistakenly pushed the gas pedal.
I did not. My foot was absolutely positively on the brake.
I think you get the idea by now. It happens all the time for different reasons, sometimes medical, sometimes mechanical. Regardless, it doesn't mean the driver intentionally did it, especially while they're driving with their loved ones. Did she scout the route, premeditate, plan this horrific accident? The simple answer is no, she didn't, and the evidence within the case file proves it. The alleged victim's own mother and brother are in an interview recorded by the police stating it was a route she always took. And they always took the route too because it was known as a cut-through. You could avoid the red lights, the traffic, so on and so forth, etc. Somewhat of a little back road, a cut through. It certainly wasn't a dead end. That's probably just another lie that you were told on another program. But a reminder, you won't be lied to here. Look at the map. You can see it's not a dead end. You can see you can go multiple ways as you're driving down this road. And there's 3 potential places she could have been going. Check it out. She could have gone down this route, right down here. This is where she was living with her adult boyfriend. And the other guy in the car too. He didn't just ask them for a ride somewhere. He lived with them. Another boom. Also revealed in the police interviews, it was said that they were going to be driving to another boy's house. And he lived over here. And according to Google Maps, this would be the quickest route and the suggested route for them to take there. From where they were coming from, their friend's house. But that's not all. Text messages in the case file have revealed Mackenzie had paid for organic potatoes at a local food market. And she had text messages with the owner, and the owner put those potatoes in a locker, and it was discussed between the owner and Mackenzie that those potatoes would be picked up after hours. And that food market is basically just on the other side of the building that was crashed into. It's right here, which would also be the quickest route to take to get to the food stand. As you can see, this is the suggested route to take on Google Maps, whether she was going to the food stand, their friend's house, or their own home. This is the route to take. This will always be the route to take. There was no scouting out the route. That was a disgusting, disturbing, sickening lie that was told to the masses and regurgitated and repeated. It wasn't a dead-end road. It was not scouted out. It was the normal route to take. And her lawyer was so incompetent, he didn't question any of this. He didn't even care about her. He could have been sleeping with the prosecutor or the judge for all we know. He's a bad man, allegedly. We know he was incompetent. We do know that. That's proven. And her appeal proves it as well, because she's got an attorney now that's filing a lot of paperwork that proves her innocence. And she will be released one day. If you want to support, make sure you join the free Mackenzie Shirilla Facebook group. Send them a Cash App. Write her a letter. Do the right thing. Help spread awareness. Put some money on her books so she can hopefully get some gluten-free items, hygiene products. Maybe she can read a book. If you need more information regarding any of this, I can help you. I can direct you and give you the proper information. Just ask or ask in the group.
We will help you.
Moving right along, let's discuss this case a little more. People like stories about monsters and cold-blooded killers. The headlines sell, they get the clicks, and they get the views, and they make the profit. You can say Mackenzie's guilty and you'll get 1 million views. You say she's innocent and you won't pull in anywhere near that many, but you'll get a lot of angry individuals regurgitating lies in the comment section. And some people will even say I deserve to be locked up in a cage too, just for supporting innocent people. Some people even believe I should have been in the car with her when she crashed into that building. That's what some people have told me, that I should have died that morning. I should have been the one she killed. Accidentally. Accidents happen, ladies and gentlemen. It's tragic. It really is. She didn't do it intentionally. She feels horrible about what happened. She's been grieving for years, ever since it happened. Speaking of grieving, that's another lie that gets told, that there was no remorse. That's a hot keyword that people like to keep throwing around. No remorse. She smiled in the courtroom, a young teenage girl trying to be polite in a courtroom filled with demons and other demonic creatures. She smiled and she said, "Yes, Your Honor."
You can stay seated. Yes, Your Honor. All right. Anything that we have to discuss?
What did you want her to do? Flip the bird at the judge? Start cussing? Flip the table? There's really no action that you can do in front of the camera as they're recording you in the courtroom that won't be used against you. And no, the trial was not recorded. They selectively only played very small portions and clips to manipulate you, the viewer. They played a few clips from some hearings and essentially just the sentencing. You didn't witness actual witness testimony nor anything of the sort. And a reminder, there was no jury. Point blank, period. We're going to still continue to discuss remorse or no remorse. Which one was it? Well, I can tell you I've tracked down her old social media pages, and every single post was about her boyfriend. How much she missed him, how much she loved him, how much she needed him. A whole bunch of pictures of them together. Her whole entire life was dedicated to him. Madly, deeply, truly in love. A type of love that only comes once in a lifetime, even with a bunch of broken bones after the accident. That's all she wanted to do, was keep going to the gravesite and mourn and grieve and cry 24 hours a day. She had a little shrine built up of him in her bedroom. Pictures, clothing, memorabilia items, trinkets and treasures, gifts, etc. You could imagine what a teenage girl's shrine looks like in her bedroom. This is the worst situation that ever happened to her in her entire life. It was an accident. She valued her life, and the text messages in the case file prove it. She didn't want to lose her life or her boyfriend's life. It's the simple truth. And I couldn't say that unless it was the truth, because that'd be embarrassing. My reputation would be hurt. It would damage my brand. But really, even saying people are innocent damages everything about my life. But it's worth it, because I know I have to do the right thing in life. Even if 99.9% of people choose to do the wrong thing in life, I have integrity. I will always do the right thing. And you, the viewer, you deserve the truth, even if the truth hurts. And I know it can be hard to accept if you were lied to elsewhere by somebody you trust, or a program or YouTube show you trust, they lied to you. I'll never lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. Never, 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 ever. She seriously cried 24 hours a day, day in and day out, all day long and all night long, and even in her dreams. This was witnessed, so that's reality. You weren't there, so you don't know. But the people that were there, they know. And if they didn't witness that behavior, obviously, they would have all turned their backs on her. But they haven't. To this day, they ride for her, die for her, cry for her, support her, and continue to spread awareness and fight for her freedom. And we will all continue to fight for her freedom because it's the right thing to do. Some people may think that they got into a fight, and that's why she floored it in a teenage rage and wanted to end it all. Her life, his life, the friend's life. The reality is there were multiple witnesses in the case file that were interviewed because they were at a little get-together at a friend's house, and all the testimony is consistent. They weren't fighting. They were cuddling. They were a cute little couple just laying together on the couch. They weren't yelling at each other. They were in good spirits. They were having a happy time. And one of the issues is Mackenzie has POTS. That's a medical condition that can cause seizures up to 10 minutes or so after getting up from laying down. And that's exactly what she was doing. She was laying down on the couch. She got up and she started driving. And 10 minutes later is when she potentially passed out. Her body stiffened up as a board and the foot floored the pedal and the slipper got stuck between the floor mat. I've researched some medical stuff for this documentary. POTS is real. The 10-minute timeline is real, and it's in her medical paperwork. But Drip Drop, why didn't her lawyer say so? Because her lawyer was useless, and he was a demonic creature, and he's sick. And he's got some explaining to do because her new lawyer has filed ineffective counsel paperwork. She's got an appeal active right now, and she will be freed one day. And you know that's true. How do you feel about the information you've been presented in this video? Please consider supporting Mackenzie's quest for freedom. Your help goes a long way. Do the proper research. Look at the actual evidence, lack of evidence. Can you prove a car accident was intentional? Or do you have to make believe and stretch the truth and tell lies and have a vivid, wild imagination on a scenario that you think happened, but not based on reality? She's too pretty for prison. Don't hate if you ain't. And until next time, remember to stay safe out there because you know it's a dangerous world.